Welcome back again to LiveBandsTouring.com artist interviews with In the Dark. And tonight here at the Elks Club in New Britain, Connecticut, In the Dark has the honor of having special guest Tom Constanten, former keyboardist of the Grateful Dead, playing with them. So we want to give a big welcome to Tom Constanten as well. All right, so if we could just start on the left here with Walt and go down the line here and tell us your name and what instrument you play.
Well, you already said my name's Walt. I'm Walt Berger. I play guitar and lead vocals.
Scott Cooperman, other keyboardist.
And vocals.
Tom Constanten, other.
Lloyd Monroe III, drums. Alex Wu, bass.
Kathy Berger, Walt's mom. Background vocals.
Nice, nice. All right, so anytime I hear someone on the scene talking about In the Dark, one of the first things you hear is, that guy sounds a lot like Bob Weir, referring to Walt B's vocals. So my question for Walt is, how did you train your voice to sound so much like Bob Weir?
That's a good question. I don't know. Literally, it was kind of a natural thing. First time I learned the Grateful Dead song, almost immediately it was just a comfortable zone for my voice. Like it fit right in. I didn't have to really put much effort to make it happen. You know, and it's hard to admit, you know, especially like Jerry Garcia. I don't know how, like John Kay from Dark Side, I don't know how he does it. You know, but Jerry's voice was just distinctive. And same thing with Bobby, but you know, definitely I could pull off a Bobby thing if I set my mind to it. But you know, when I hear people nail the Jerry thing, I'm like, wow, that's something else. But yeah, it's just trial and error. You know?
Nice, nice. Okay, my next question is for Tom. I think it's important to note that you played with the Grateful Dead at places like Woodstock and on Grateful Dead albums such as Live Dead and Anthem of the Sun. Tell us about how your classical background fit in with the Grateful Dead when the Dead was in its early development period.
Well, it wasn't just that band that was early development. The entire rock and roll scene was its early development period. And my background fit in rather well because we were breaking the mold. We were searching new territory, exploring new ground, and we were all kind of bored with the three-chord rock and roll of the 1950s. Sure, it was exciting, it got people dancing, it got the crowds in, but we knew there were other potentials, and we were setting out to explore them. And they gave me a pith helmet and an elephant gun, and we went out in the jungle.
Nice, nice. So I got another question for Tom. If I'm not mistaken, you were actually at that Playboy After the Dark gig with the Grateful Dead, which was aired on July 10th, 1969. Can you tell us what that experience was like?
Unfathomably shallow. For one thing, it wasn't at the Playboy Mansion, it was at Television City.
Oh, okay.
Beverly Boulevard in Hollywood. The sets were so wonderfully contrived, it was incredibly funny. I looked over the books on the bookshelf of the library, and they must have bought them by the yard. I didn't see any titles even worth stealing. I think they might have had Mrs. Pickle Goes to Mars as the most adventurous thing on the shelf. They had this little spiral staircase with a little sign saying, "Don't step on, it's not designed to be actually stepped on." The harpsichord I was playing on Mountains of the Moon was in front of a facade of this incredibly highfalutin stereo set, which is purely a facade. I could put my hand through it.
Wow.
What else? Lots of nice young ladies walking around. You don't see the staple in the middle. And the other, Sid Caesar was on the show. Sidney Omar, the astrologer, was on the show. A lot of other interesting things. I heard that the Kool-Aid got spiked somewhere along the line. I missed out on that somehow. And tiny dressing rooms upstairs. It was exquisitely tacky.
Wow. Wow, interesting.
Very the other side of the story.
All right, so I got one last question for the members of the In the Dark here tonight. How excited are you guys to play with Tom tonight? I know you got... Nice, nice. Yeah, you guys played last night too, so...
We're more excited. Well, hopefully we'll be doing some work in the future, together.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Tom, if you just want to tell us your upcoming shows, where you're going to be playing, or your website and
I
stuff.
have an appearance in Louisville, Kentucky at the Speed Museum along with Jerry Miller of Moby Grape, Pacific Aguilar Jefferson Starship to talk about those halcyon days. And no, that doesn't mean we were on halcyon, of the 1960s. I refer to these as the Dinosaur and Pony Show, and I get to be one of the dinosaurs. After that, October 29th in Sebastopol, California will be the first appearance of Dead Tronica, which is a techno-rave send-up of great dead material with David Gans, Bob Grayloff, and me. We have a big handful of spaghetti. We're going to throw it at the wall. We'll see what sticks.
Nice, nice. All right, I want to thank the members In the Dark, and big thanks to Tom Constanten for being with us here on livebandstouring.com artist interviews. Be sure to check out tomconstanten.com for his upcoming tour dates, albums, info, and all that good stuff. And check out more of our videos here on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/livebandstouring. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for watching.